Yeah, you had a show the other day you was talking about black people always. It was your morning show. That's what it was. That
Uh,
black people always voting for Democrats all the time, and
okay.
you said that because we get it from our parents, and I respectfully disagree with that. We don't
Okay.
get it from our parents.
Well, hold
Uh,
on before we get into it. So, um, how old are you and where you calling from?
I'm calling from Ann Arbor. I'm 57 years old.
Okay, got you. All right, so go ahead.
I'm down the street from you.
Yeah. Shout out to people and shout out to A2. All right, go ahead. So you saying that you disagree with the fact that we get it from our parents?
Yeah, we don't. I don't think the majority of us got it from our parents. I think some of us got it from our parents, but the majority of us got it from what we think about the Republican Party as a whole. We think that
Uh,
the Republican Party is a racist party. That's
how?
foremost,
How?
and that and the party is not meant for black people. It's all meant for white people, white old men, and anybody who joins the Republican Party as a black person is nothing but a trinket.
So how is it racist? Explain to me how it's racist.
Well, I'm not. Well, what I'm saying is that you don't see any like Kamala, I mean, the vice president we got right now. She's a black woman. Barack Obama was the first black president. You
He
don't
didn't do he
see
didn't
any.
do shit for black people. What you talking about?
I'm not talking about whether he did something or not, but the thing is that he rose up the rank in the Democrat Party. But black people had no chance to. They know the Republican Party is not going to put a black man on the presidential platform. That's not going to happen.
What difference do it make how whether you black or not? What happened to we don't I don't care about identity politics. I care about the person that's going to do the best job. And so you said out of your mouth that if you are part of the Republican Party, it is a racist party. Tell me how.
But you're not going to move up the rank. That's what I'm saying.
So
They
you
pretty
not
much like.
so wait. So now you backtracking. You're not saying that it's a racist party. You saying that you're not gonna move up the ranks because you black.
Well, you're not going to move up the rank because you're black. That's right. That's racist.
So that's what makes it racist because you not gonna move up the rank because you black.
Right.
Do you hear how crazy that sounds?
No, it's not crazy.
That's
It just I
absolutely
got.
listen.
I,
This
I,
is
I,
a this is a
let's,
this
let's,
is a public servant job that is supposed to be doing the thing that's in the best interest of all Americans. And so the goal is equal. That's what Martin Luther King advocated for. Even Malcolm X advocated for equal opportunity, even though it's separate but equal, right? And so if you really don't understand the Democratic Party and the history of it, then you'll say things like you saying. The Democratic Party is really the party of slavery. If you understand your history, it was the Republicans that freed the slaves. The Democrats were the ones that were enslaving black people. They were the ones that wanted to keep you in chains.
but
The
that all
Mar-
changed in that all changed in '64
it
when.
did no, it did not change because
Oh, yes, it did. Hold on.
listen, hold on.
It did change. Hold on.
The very same principles, and that we are not going to give any group, which is exactly what the Liberal Party doing. They picking and choosing depending on whatever it is that they can get a vote from. So they're gonna bring a bunch of migrants into the country. They're gonna create laws for the Asians. They're gonna make sure that they advocate for the alphabet community in order to keep a strong voter base. The Republican Party basically stands for we believe in the Constitution, we believe in a right to seek liberty and happiness, but we're not going to tell you what to do. What we don't want you to do is mess up the foundation of what we've established to be American, and that we don't want you pushing any agendas inside of our schools. That's what the Republican Party stands for. You have not explained in any way, shape, or form how the Republican Party is racist just because they handpicked a bunch of people in order to give you some identity politics while still continuing to do the same thing that they was doing before. Kamala Harris and Barack Obama being a representation of who you are while at the same time giving you the shit that actually ruins your families and your communities is the very definition of hide and seek and then real racism because your cities is destroyed. Everything that you stand for, your schools is messed up, and you finally get somebody that get in the office and tell you the truth and saying, "Hey, man, black community, y'all been fucked up for a long time. Y'all been messed up
Yeah,
for a long time." Listen, as a matter of fact, I will be the first to tell you that Kamala Harris instituted some of the laws and she enforced some of the things that kept y'all locked up over there in California for the majority of what black people, for a lot of these black people's lives. If that's not the very definition of racism, I don't know what is. If they give you somebody that enslaves you just because they look like you saying that the party is racist, but they give you more opportunity for you to be able to feed your family. How does that make sense? See, this is the
Okay.
things that a lot of black people have been instilled in them, and you've been programmed. You've been programmed to think a certain way. Nobody is supposed to give you shit. The only thing you're supposed to have is the opportunity to be able to do what you want to do and feed your family. You
Well,
haven't
I didn't.
explained at all how the Republican Party is racist. All you doing is saying the same thing that our parents said, that you said that you disagreed with me in the first place.
Well, let me explain to you. You're right. After slavery, black people was with the Republican Party, but that all changed in '64 when LBJ, Lyndon Johnson, signed the Voters' Right Act.
A known racist.
Hello, I can't hear you.
You have not told us how the Republican
Okay,
Party in
okay. Let me explain.
2024 is racist.
Okay, and in '64 when the Civil Rights Bill was passed, okay, that's when the blacks went from the Republican Party to the Democratic Party. There was a big shift. Now, the at that time, Republicans did not want the Civil Rights Bill to be passed. They didn't want black people to vote. They didn't want black people to move out of the uh,
And I'm gonna
uh,
get to everybody. I
segregated.
see y'all in the back, but go ahead. I'm sorry. I don't want to interrupt you.
Uh, they didn't want the black people that was in segregated area to move into their neighborhood. Until the Civil Rights Bill was passed, that's
Hold on
when.
one second. Hold on one second. Hey, Slimmy, give me a thumbs up if you're ready to come up, big dog. All right. Go ahead, sir. I'm sorry. I apologize. Go ahead.
Okay, so like I say, you're right. Black people was with the Republican Party after the slavery. But it wasn't until '64 when Lyndon B. Johnson signed the Civil Rights Bill, and that the black people went over to the Democrat Party. And when those of us
How
who
are
did,
the Republicans racist in 2024? I don't want
well,
us to waste time because
I'm,
we got a lot of people with a lot of smoke. So I want to understand how is the Republican Party racist in 2024?
okay, I'm getting to that. I'm just want to give you some history.
Okay.
Okay, so since then, uh, we always knew that the Republican Party never wanted to wanted black people to have civil rights. So as of today, we see that the Supreme Court, which is a racist court at this time, which is 6 justices,
It's
has
not.
did away with the Civil Rights Bill. Oh, there is no more Civil Rights Bill no more. All that
What do
cheating
you
that we
need in
done
a civil rights
is
bill?
over.
What do you need in a civil rights bill that allows that will prevent you from doing what you're already doing?
I mean, what they took away was the ability to protest for malpractice of voting rights act. Meaning that
What right can't you exercise from a voter's perspective in
you
2024?
can't file a lawsuit. You can't file a lawsuit no more
You
for
don't need to file no lawsuit. What you need to file a lawsuit for?
you can't file a lawsuit for a voter rights infringement now.
What do you need? What do you feel like your rights are being infringed upon from a voter's perspective?
I mean, say for instance that they say you can't you can only vote before 6 o'clock, and they enact a law. So after six
No, no,
o'clock,
no,
you
no, no.
can't vote no more.
I want a real example, not a hypothetical. What is it that you feel is your right is being infringed upon in 2024 that you would need this bill in order to ensure that you can do what you're doing?
Well, I don't personally need that bill, but I'm saying that there's an
Oh, okay.
example of what could happen.
Okay.
I'm just saying an example of what could happen.
I don't do hypotheticals. I do real life. How is the Republican Party preventing you as a black man from doing what you
Well,
want to do when you want to do it from a
well, it's
racist
not
perspective?
it's not preventing me. It's not preventing me
What is it
as
doing
on the
as far
whole.
as preventing any
Anybody.
black person from doing what they want to do?
Well, I just put it this way. Let's put it in this frame this way so we can wrap this up. Um, we don't see any black representing us within the Republican Party. Let's say that.
Yes, you
I
do.
see plenty
Yes,
of
you do.
black people representing us within the Republican Party.
No, we don't see it.
I
Colin
absolutely do.
Powell.
No.
Absolutely. I've been seeing
That's
black
80.
people
That's
represent us in
80.
the
That's
Republican
80s.
Party. Huh?
But that's in the
Colin Powell
80s. So
didn't go
that's in
out in
the
the
80s.
What do you
80s.
mean?
Colin Powell
We
didn't go
got
out in
plenty
the
of black
80s.
Republicans. You
Who?
didn't see the Democratic National Convention? The mayor of Dallas switched from being Democratic to Republican.
But I'm talking about on a national level. Who do we see as a black
That is
representing
on a
us
national
in the
level.
Republic?
Ben Carson is one of the examples of people
Ben Carson.
that we should follow.
Okay, go ahead.
Ben Carson is a genius. You don't think that Ben Carson is somebody
Yeah,
that we should?
he's from Detroit.
I know where Ben Carson is from. I've read his autobiography.
Right, but he separated babies in utero.
But what I'm saying is equally on the amount with regard to the Democratic Party. We don't see that many blacks representing
Listen,
us in the
what I
Democratic Party.
see is people that's on the Democratic, respectfully, and I appreciate you for calling in. I do not think that you substantiated your argument, but what I see is people on the Democratic plantation that continue to do the worst things for the very ones in their community. And when you look at a lot of these cities, because local politics is more important than national identity politics. When you look at all of these cities and everywhere where you see black representation, it's a hellhole. And it's because a lot of those people's got the position because they diversity, equity, and inclusion, and not because they qualify for the job. And Tiffany Henyard in Dalton is a perfect example of that. I appreciate you for calling in, big dog.